How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. I hope all is well with everyone. It is 1 o'clock p.m. here. I'm up here trying to get some dinner done, some Sunday dinner done before I have to be at work later. I have to be at work at 4 o'clock, and I'm Central Standard Time, so I got like approximately 3 hours before I have to be at work. So we're going to do what it do. I'm going to try to get this dinner done as quickly as possible for the kiddos. One of them is off today, and the other one, he's actually at work. So I'm sure he'll probably end up eating something at work as well. But this evening, when they both are home and I'm at work, they can enjoy some dinner if they get hungry. And what we are preparing today for dinner is some smothered pork chops, some baked smothered pork chops. I like smothered pork chops on the stove, but I like baked smothered pork chops even better. So, but you know, sometimes it just all depends on, you know, how much time you have or how much time you actually want to spend in the kitchen, whether you bake them or not. Because of course, if you bake them, it takes a lot longer for the cook time in the oven, of course. But I'm just up here cutting up some vegetables, some onions right now. Everybody come on in. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the video if you like. And also subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And as you can see from the title, I am making smothered pork chops, baked green bean casserole, rice, and cornbread. And again, I'm trying to get this dinner done as fast as possible. But even though I have a few hours before I have to be at work, I'm going to get her done. And then after all the food is done, hopefully I'll have time to, you know, take a little break, chill out for a minute before I actually have to be at the job. But if not, oh well. But how's everybody doing today? And if you are preparing Sunday dinner now or later today, let me know what you are going to have for your family or what your family is going to have. This dinner wasn't requested. Normally, as I told y'all before, usually I ask my sons, you know, what they would like for dinner. Ooh, these onions. Ooh, child. I usually ask my sons what they would like for dinner. And whatever they say, you know, to a certain, you know, point, I'll, you know, fix it for them. But I didn't think about asking them what they wanted for dinner today. And I was like, what do I want for dinner today? So this is what I came up with. We haven't had any pork chops in a minute. Been eating chicken and beef lately, shrimp, fish, stuff like that. So I figured it would get me little pork chops in. But I'm slicing up the onions. The diced onions is for the green bean casserole. And then I'm making some more onions that I'm going to saute in the skillet with some green peppers. And that will be for the pork chops that I'm going to put in the oven. But also what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, you know, most of you guys know by now that John Witherspoon, one of my and one of many people's favorite, like all-time favorite comedians, actors, recently passed away a few days back. And I didn't get to see if they had, you know, announced how he passed or what he passed from, or if he was sick or if it was sudden, or, you know, I haven't really looked into that part. So if you know, feel free to, you know, share it in the chat if you know exactly how he passed away. Almost every radio station that I've been playing, or person that I've talked to lately, had a lot of nice things to say about John Witherspoon, aka Pops, aka Granddaddy. He played in so many things, from the Boondocks to Boomerang to Living Color to the Wayans brothers, Friday, which was Friday is like one of my all-time favorite movies. And just the other day when I found out that he had passed, I was wondering, I was like, they've been working on this movie, or so they say, so I hear, all the rumors and stuff going around. And I believe I did see Ice Cube, or was it Ice Cube who might have said it, or Mike Epps, one of them, say that they are still going to come out with the movie last Friday. But what's taking so damn long? I'm like, I don't understand what's taking so long. I would love to see all the original cast members in there, including Chris Tucker, Cube, of course, Mike Epps, what's his name? Oh my God, I can't think of the name right now. I can't think of the guy's name right now. But I would love to see Tiny Lester, the big, I would love to see all the original cast members in there. Nia Long. I mean, it would be nice to see her in there. Even Felicia. I mean, the crackhead. Maybe she might still be a crackhead, or maybe she might be a recovering crackhead, doing well for herself or whatnot. But that would be, that would be fun to see all the original cast members in there. And I was saying how I wonder if they had got, a lot of scenes with John Witherspoon in there before he was, before he passed away. So I happened to be looking on the internet, and it does look like that they might have already filmed some scenes with him. I hope so. I really do hope so, because that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful if we could, have some more moments with him, a last movie, with him in it. I would love that. I would love that. Let me scoot these onions to the side. I'm going to do these peppers. But yes, I would love that. Friday, again, was one of my favorite movies. John Witherspoon. May he rest in peace. I had watched something that his son, I think it's J.E. Witherspoon. He has a YouTube channel, which I knew of because I had ran across his channel a couple of years ago, but I never subscribed. I didn't watch a lot of his stuff. I just knew he had a channel, basically. I just didn't, follow him or anything. But when searching for John Witherspoon, he has a channel, and he did a lot of cooking on his cooking channel. And I was checking out his channel, and then his son, a video by his son had came up, and it was so sweet. He had put together bits and pieces of, some video footage of them two, moments that they spent together. It just seems like they had a really, really, really good bond before he passed away. The video I had watched was basically kind of interviewing his pops, asking him all kind of different questions. It was kind of like a Q&A, what was the favorite show he liked to that he acted in, things like that. But it was really nice. It was really nice. I really feel bad for all of them because, whenever anybody dies, you always feel bad, but when somebody passes away that has made such an impression, such an impression on thousands, possibly millions of people around the world. Somebody well loved. They just, deserve to be recognized for the person who they were, when they were alive. So again, when people die, we always, feel, sad for their loved ones and all that. But some people, it's like, wow. And it was so, I don't know. It's like, I hate to say unexpected because that's so cliche, but it kind of was like Pops, like John Witherspoon. And I didn't even realize that he was like 77 years old because I don't know why, but he didn't look like he was approaching 80. I mean, he looked good for his age. Sure. He looked good for his age. And he was always so vibrant and so full of life. And I mean, I just think that that's something, we should take and run with our own lives. Like, this man has so much energy. No matter what show he acted on, no matter what movie, he acted on, interviews, everything. He was a great guy. Just amazing. So, yeah, I guess my favorite movies or shows with him, obviously the Boondocks. If you don't like the Boondocks, you probably one of those really religious persons who probably never watched the Boondocks because there's a lot of profanity in there, a lot of cursing. Oh, but it's so funny. It's so funny. And I remember when my sons were younger and I used to tell them, quit watching that show. Don't be watching that show. That's not a good show. And they're like, Mom, it's not that bad. And they used to sneak and watch it. And then, like, I actually didn't start watching it till, drop my bag, till much later. I actually didn't start watching it till, like, much later after it started airing. I was a few seasons behind when I first started watching the Boondocks. And I was like, this ish is funny as heck. And I always meant to get, like, the series, get all the seasons. Cutting up some mushrooms, chow. For the, see, how many mushrooms do I want to put in here? That should be enough. For the green bean casserole. But yeah, the Boondocks was always like one of my faves. The Wayans brothers, I swear to God, when I'm up in the middle of the night, it never fails. It's like the same shows are on every single night, no matter what time of the year it is. And one of them is usually the Wayans brothers, if you have cable. And another one of them is Martin. And another one is the Jamie Foxx show. And what else? I think those are like the ones in my area. I don't know what airs in your area, but in our area, those shows, either one of those or a combination of those air every night in our area. And when that show comes on, the Wayans brothers, I can sit there all night till I fall asleep and watch those reruns. I have never seen one Wayans brothers show that was not like hilariously funny. Like, it's like they was always funny. The Wayans brothers and Pops, and they had Jim and Cube, and a lot of other people had posted stuff on their Instagram in remembrance of him. And they just said some really, 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 really nice things, about John Witherspoon. So I know his family, are mourning him. A lot of people are mourning him. at this point. But I know they have to be proud of the person he was, the person, I'm sure he died happy, full of life, around friends and family. I hope he didn't have any regrets. And the reason why I say these things is because, sorry, I'm looking at a text message. The reason why I say these things is because John Witherspoon, he passed. And I'm just going to assume, because like I said, I haven't done any research. If y'all know for sure, just put in the chat. But I'm assuming it's probably from, just maybe old age or something that we just didn't know that he was dealing with. I would hate to say something like cancer or anything like that, because I don't know. So I'm not going to say. But what was I going to do? But another person passed away recently, and that I have spoke a little bit about on my YouTube channel and posted on my news feed on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And that was Thai culture. And a lot of people, knew Thai culture and followed Thai culture on YouTube. He was a popular YouTuber. He was a designer. I mean, he designed underwear. And he was really cute. He was really cute. And he had passed away from what they saying is a apparent suicide. And a lot of people don't understand. And the reason why I talked about Pops first, John Witherspoon, before I talked about Thai culture's death, was because there's a lot of people making posts and videos and things like that right now about mental illness. And mental illness is real, and how people should, if they see any signs, if they think they, can't go on, like life is not worth living anymore. A lot of people have been putting, I wouldn't say like suggestions, but more like just supportive things that you could do, like contact the national 1-800 number for national suicide prevention, support groups. There's a lot of groups out here who are willing to listen and actually, talk to you and try to talk to you off that edge. And I mentioned John Witherspoon first. I'm just going to saute my, get a skillet so I can saute my vegetables. See, find my little. Hold on. See what I do with my other skillet. Okay, I'm gonna pour some of this grease in here. One second, y'all. I got all these different pans up here. We're gonna have a lot of stuff going on. Throw these onions and peppers in here first. For the pork chops. Okay, I'm gonna set the rest of the veggies to the side. Let those saute. I'm gonna get my chops. But so a lot of people have been over the past few days posting videos, support group information for people who are thinking about suicide. And I happened to be watching, a few things out there about that. And a lot of stuff I do agree with. Excuse me. Like, for one, we never ever know what somebody is going through. I mean, truly going through, unless they tell you. Unless they tell you. I had heard somebody say something about, hey Gigi, how you doing? Hey, real mamas, real problems. Hey, I miss you too. I'm just been up here fixing my Sunday dinner and also talking about, John Witherspoon and that YouTuber Ty Culture that had apparently, they said, committed suicide. And if y'all heard anything about him or know anything about him, feel free to put it in the chat. Anything you would like to say about anything that I'm talking about. I was just talking about suicide prevention and things that people could recommend to other people who might be going through it. Excuse me. Them onions got me sneezing and eyes running. But I am going to post the National Suicide Prevention phone number at the end of my live. But it's like, it's so sad. You said he was very transparent. Yes. It's like, one would look at certain people and just think that they got it good, they got it made, they famous, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's something else, whether they got, just a real good job or seem like they family has everything, nice home, nice cars, nice job, kids in school and college, a lot of friends. You just never know, though, what people's really going through without them telling you. But sometimes you have to look for the signs because some people are afraid, or embarrassed to tell people that they've been thinking about hurting themselves. Especially in the Black community. A lot of people don't want to accept the fact or even acknowledge the fact that something might be wrong with them. Hold on 1 second. I got some vegetables sauteing on the stove for the baked pork chops. But some people don't want to acknowledge the fact that they might have something wrong with them. They embarrassed. They don't want to speak about it. You said he was very transparent. He has been suffering for depression for a long time. Right. I have seen like videos that he had posted, about things that he had been going through and suffering with depression. But it's like, what can you really do? Like, I was on, whose live was it? It was Deanna's, and I wasn't on her live. I had watched the replay. Deanna Irvin. I had watched the replay, and the only reason I had, I won't say the only reason, because I usually watch her videos live, and then I usually watch the replay if I missed them. But this particular video that Deanna had did, I think it was last night or 2 nights ago, and in her live, somebody by the name of Chinky or something like that has said that they were thinking about killing themselves or they wanted to kill themselves. Like, what would you do if somebody put that in your life? Like, if we're just right here, right now, we chopping it up about cooking food or talking about TV show reviews like I do a lot, and somebody just pops into the chat and says they think they're going to kill themselves. I mean, what could we do, when we're nowhere near the person? We might not know them personally. We might not have their contact information. All we know is like their YouTube name. We might know what city and state they live in if they happen to mention it. But like, what could you do? And I watched the replay of the live and I just felt some type of way, because I could see the emotions that the people were going through in the chat. And they were like really scared for this person and really concerned for this person. And then it seemed like the person I don't know. They were posting at first, and then like Deanna was like, "Where you at? Where you at? Are you still in here? Are you still in the chat? Does anybody know this person? Does anybody have this person phone up? Just trying to figure out what they could do for that person." And then it was like the chat ended, shortly, like a few minutes later. I don't know if anybody ever reached out to that person. I pray they didn't harm themselves and they possibly did get help. But Deanna did have people drop the National Suicide Prevention number. So they started dropping it all through the chat. I don't know if the person used it or not, but that was really scary. I don't know how I would have reacted if somebody would have came into my chat saying that stuff. Now, the fact that they kind of dropped out of the chat or didn't see any more comments from them or something, I'm like, first I was like, okay, is this a hoax? Is these people for real? And then yesterday I was watching a video that Sean Bradley did. And he did it live, but I was catching a replay. I think he had went live when I was at work. Let me stir my vegetables. I don't want them to burn. Smelling good up in here, y'all. Smelling good. But Sean Bradley, he was on his video, and I can see where he was coming from. He was like, okay, if somebody pops up in your life and tells you that they thinking about killing themselves, he was like, what are we supposed to do? He said, all we can do is post the National Suicide Prevention line. And he was kind of trying to say, if you really feeling that way, and if you really feeling like you want to kill yourself, most people by now, especially if you're grown, knows that there are support groups out there. There are people out there willing to help you and willing to assist you. And, even if you don't have no family, if you don't have no friends, if you don't have no children, nobody at work, nobody to talk to, there are resources out there. And I'm like, somebody else would have probably listened to it and be like, oh, well, that's real negative. You're telling somebody in the chat, if they were to do that. But really, seriously, what could you do? I mean, I don't know. I've never had those feelings before. So sometimes, a lot of times when people going through certain things, you're like, oh, well, you can't really say what you would or wouldn't do if you, haven't been in those shoes. I've never, thank God, been driven to the point where I feel like I want to take my own life, because sometimes, even when it seems like you have, like I tell my children all the time, because I know what it was like kind of worrying when I was growing up, because we were poor. We didn't have a lot of nothing when we was growing up. I mean, there's always somebody who has less than you. So I'm not going to say we were like worse off than, everybody I know, because most of the people I knew at that time was like in the situation we was in. Everybody in the hood, some parents working, most of the parents on welfare, food stamps. My father, stepdad, he worked hard at a packing plant when I was growing up, but still, hey, we was in the very low income range growing up, and things that happened in our family, whether it was the lights, the gas, or having to move or anything like that we were having issues with, we always knew because our parents talked about it and they would like openly discuss it, which nothing is wrong with that. But, and mind you, since I've been grown and had kids, I've never had to, deal with my lights off or my gas off or getting evicted or homeless, after I had kids. Now, younger, before I had kids, after I moved away from home, there was like a year or so when I didn't have nowhere to stay. I was just popping here and there. I was just running the streets and doing all kind of stuff, being wild, young days, young teenager, not as being as smart as I should have been. But after I had my children years later, I didn't have to deal with those issues. But every time something would come up, like when I was concerned about a bill or anything like that, I never would tell my kids because I didn't want them to worry. Just taking my veggies off the stove. I'm gonna switch some skillets around so I can sear these chops. But I never wanted my children to worry about if bills were due and mom was worried about how bills were going to get paid or anything like that. Let me wash my hands. Just cook those pork chops a little so they can just brown on both sides. Then I'm gonna hook them up and put them in the oven. You said the kids don't need to be exactly. You said when my marriage ended, I was in a dark place for a long time, but I had my kids and they had me the strength I needed to and they gave you the strength you needed to pull through out of it. Some people need to help to deal with depression, and that's okay. Getting help doesn't make you weak. Right, exactly. Real mama, getting help doesn't make you weak at all. The kids don't need to be worried with that. They don't. They really don't. And again, if some people talk to their kids about stuff like that, you can do what you want to do. When it comes to raising kids, I never try to tell people you should do that. You do what's best for you and your family, and your kids, and you just do what's best for you and your family. But me personally, like the cable bill, let's just say the cable bill could have a shut off notice today. I'm not gonna tell the kids. The car payment could be past due. I mean, all kind of things could go wrong. And I just wouldn't tell them. I would keep it to myself because I never want them to worry, because especially with children, we don't think that they have so much to worry about. Like I know when I was a child, I know my mom and them probably thought, never think. I said, did I say think? Never thought that we had, worries. Like some people just fail to realize that children have worries and they have fears and they have a lot of pressure on them, especially when you hear from your parents, don't do this, don't do that. If you do this, I'm gonna do that. Then you have your homies at school and on the street, on the block, saying, do this, do that, come with us, do this, do that. And you have all this pressure coming from both sides. You want to please your family, you want to please your friends, you don't want to seem like an outsider and all that kind of, or the oddball when it comes to, not being with certain group of friends or doing what they do, and you never really think, well, not everybody, but a lot of parents never really think that they kids have worries, and they do. And then when you capitalize that with, if you have bills that aren't being paid, whether it's rent, gas, lights, things like that, and then putting that on them, they be sitting at school. Dang, is the lights gonna be on when I get home? Dang, how's mama gonna pay the rent? Dang, what can I do to help mom? What can I, all these stress. And then they see all their friends at school with all these nice shoes and rides, and parents got good jobs and they always got money and bringing their own lunch to school, things like that. Kids see all that and they get stressed out. And that's why I feel like a lot of things that adults might be going through, they shouldn't put that on the children, because they already have so much stuff to worry about as a child. And I used to tell my kids, and I still do sometimes, y'all ain't got no worries. Like my son, okay, he bought a car, right? We bought him a car, and it's a decent car. He's in college, and we wanted him to have a car to go back and forth to school. And the fuel pump needs to be fixed. So he's running around here depressed, stressed out. I mean, in a funk, because his fuel pump is messed up. Now, I told him I can help him get it fixed, but I told him I'm not fixing it for him because you are grown now. You have your own vehicle, and when I told you if we get you a vehicle, I said you are going to be responsible for the gas, for the insurance. Of course, I'm as his mother going to help, if he needs my help, but I know how much it costs. I done contacted some of my mechanic friends and all this kind of stuff, and checking out used parts, checking out new parts, helping him and assisting him. And I was like, you have to also, and he's like, well, damn, Mom, I don't get paid till Friday. I said, well, what would I do in this situation? I wouldn't be sitting around here all funky and attitude. Mom has to put stuff together, and you have to think on your toes sometimes and not get frustrated, because that's when you get worried, you get stressed out, and you start getting angry. And I mean, calm down. It's not the end of the freaking world. It's a fuel pump. It's a fuel pump. And even my oldest son, one time his transmission went out. And he was just, I'm like, it's a car. It's a piece of, stop worrying. Well, I can't get my car. You still have a ride. You still have a place to live. You still have a job. You still have your life. Like, I'm trying to teach them that stuff is going to happen while you're an adult. It's going to happen. Let me flip my chops. Just want to brown them. So I can put them in the oven. But I'm like, do you need a ride to work? Yeah. Do you need a ride home? Yeah. Well, my friend could take me, or Mom, can you take me? Or we're going to make it happen. And you get your car fixed when you get your car fixed. But I'm trying to teach them now that y'all only like in y'all teens and y'all early 20s, and this is just the beginning of life. Don't let these pressures break you down and make you stressed out. And there's so much other things to be stressed out for. People out here with cancer, with lupus, with diseases, I mean, heart conditions, and nothing compared to what you might be going through. People worry about if they're going to wake up the next morning and you up here depressed about a fuel pump. Boy, you better go on somewhere. Monday morning, we're going to call the mechanic. We're going to have the car towed, and we go on from there. Like, no big deal. No big deal. But anyway, I didn't have this when I was growing up. I didn't have my parents sitting around. Back then it was just a different time, different parenting techniques. The things that we didn't discuss, that I felt we needed to discuss when I was younger with my parents, I do it now. And things that I felt were discussed around us that I thought maybe we should have been in the bedroom somewhere while they were talking. I I take the good and the bad of what I thought was maybe not good and bad, but I take some of the things that I think was a positive moment or maybe a negative moment in my rearing, my upbringing, and I use that to my advantage to parent my kids, because we're not perfect. Our parents weren't perfect. We'll never be perfect. Our children will never be perfect parents to their kids, and so on and so forth. But things like that can break people. And when things start, piling up on you, some people feel like there's nothing else they can do. There's no reason to live. Why is this happening to me? Blaming God for things, and God, why you let this happen to me? But this person over here who's a thief and a murderer, they I'm like, why do the good people go through so many bad things? And when it comes to suicide and people feeling like they're under so much pressure where they can't make it anymore, it really helps to talk to people. It really helps to talk to people. It really helps. Sometimes you need to seek counseling. Sometimes you need to go into a medical facility. Sometimes talking to a friend won't help. And I know this guy who Ty Culture who was on YouTube. I know he made videos about, his condition, him being stressed, him being depressed, things like that. But as the other YouTuber Sean Bradley said the other day, what can we do on YouTube as viewers to help you? You really need to go a little bit further if you really want assistance with your issues. Hold on. These chops are gonna be so darn good. I don't know why I be having that little tune from Tracy in my head. That Tracy is a mess. Okay, I got the last of the pork chops in the skillet brownie. Hey Torres, that's why I say hungry. Happy Sunday, Queen. Hey, what's going on? I want you to make a video, and I want you to make a video cooking and showing us how you get down in the kitchen. Because I don't cook every day. I work too much to cook every day. But when I do cook, sometimes I like to cook and talk and cook and chat. That's one thing I miss when I was younger and I had roommates. And it was girls, my god sisters and a few cousins, a few friends. We had a huge house at one point in time off of 25th. Was it Miami? Over there by Conestoga School, a big old house. It had like 6-7 bedrooms. We was deep. We was deep. That was around the time when, a lot of my friends, my god sister, we was all trying to save money. And one of my god sisters was like, you guys, I found this big, huge house. And I figured if we live in this house, we can help pay the bills and we can save up money and da-da-da-da-da-da. And we all thought it was a good idea. The house was like, I loved it. Huge kitchen, big rooms. I mean, it was nice. It was really nice. And so we moved in. I miss having those grown-ups around, talking, ladies in the kitchen, talking, somebody cutting up onions, somebody making the green beans, somebody making the greens, somebody frying a chicken, somebody, I miss that kind of stuff. So that's why a lot of times when I cook, I like to do it live so I can, be talking and socializing with, the squad, with the primetime squad. But yeah, but that's just me though. That's just me. Now, one thing I will say about that though, I don't ever want no more roommates though. And I love all my sisters. I love all of them, but that was one experience. We had kids in the house. I didn't have no kids at the time. But some of my god sisters had kids and my cousin had kids. They was real little though. They was like 1 and 2 years old, around that age. So they was real little. But it was an experience. It was an experience. Different from anything I ever experienced because you had so many women in a house. It's with so many different, oh my God. And let's not talk about the monthly. And I don't want to gross y'all out, so I'll just say the monthlies. But attitudes and up and down. It seemed like people was bipolar every other few days. Somebody else was being bipolar. But it was fun too. It was some experiences. But I learned from then to just do what I gotta do and work as hard as I got to work in order for me to be able to handle my own business and live by myself or with my children and take care of things that I need to take care of. No roommates. No more roommates. Okay. Pork chops are all almost ready to go in the oven. I just got 2 more that gotta get seared on both sides. Just gotta get brown on both sides. I'm gonna put the pork chops in this right here oven pan. So I got my veggies in here, my onions and peppers. I'll get a little bit of garlic. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of garlic. Like about that much. About half of that big spoon. Got some cream of mushroom gravy. I love cream of mushrooms. Some people don't like mushrooms. Woo-wee. I love me some mushrooms. So while the last 2 pork chops are searing on the stove in the skillet, I'm just gonna put my cream of mushroom in here. I'm gonna use a few cans because I like it really, really mushroomy. Then I'm also gonna put some chicken broth in here. Let's see, where's my broth? Just a little bit, not too much. Not too much, not too much. Put a little Worcestershire sauce. Some little sprinkles. And then have a little pot with 3 cups of chicken broth in it for the green beans. I'm going to cook those for about 10 minutes. And I like to use frozen green beans, about 2 cups, or the whole bag. If you buy like the little bag, like the frozen bag, it's about 12 ounces. So I put the whole bag in 3 cups of chicken broth. And let it boil like on medium. I got it on medium low. When I'm cooking and talking to you guys, I usually cook my stuff a little lower if it's on the stove so it won't burn. And let's see. Oh, I got me some onion soup mix. I'm also stirring in here. A little more chicken broth. Okay. All the pork chops. All the pork chops are brown. The nice pork chops too. Some big pork chops. I got the assortment pack. So those are done. So I can finish doing what I'm doing over here. Stir this up. So in here I have a combination of 2 cans of cream and mushroom soup, about a cup of chicken broth, 1 green pepper sliced up, like a half an onion sliced up, or more, depends on you know, what you want. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but okay. I'll put the chops in here. I think it's about 6. Yep, 6 chops. Some of them are, you know, regular size. Some of them aren't that big. Only 2 of them in here are really big. So that's the pork chops. I'll cook them on 350. Just want to smother them around in the mixture. Cook these on 350 for about 45 minutes or until done. Make sure the sauce and mixture is all on top, on the bottom. Yes, Lord. Smells good. Okay. We're pretty much covered with the sauce and the onions and peppers and things like that. They are ready to go in the oven. On the lid. Okay, I'm gonna put these on the side because I want to put my green bean casserole on the other side. And the beans, again, for the green bean casserole is heating up on the stove. But yeah, so yeah, mental illness is real. It's real. And when you think that somebody is going through something, you think they're stressed, they're pressured, the key is to be there for them. And I'm sure all of us has at least one friend that we know, one relative, one family member, a coworker, somebody who always seems like there's something going wrong. Like always, if it ain't the relationship, it's the kids, it's the car, it's the dog, it's the cat. they mama, they job. It's always something like, you ever have a friend where no matter who call who or where y'all at, the discussion mainly is one-sided. Like that person is always talking and running the conversation, and you can barely get a word in. And sometimes that seems kind of irritating. But some friends like that, they really just need somebody to talk to. They might not have somebody at home who can listen to them, or they might, really feel the need to pour all their tea on somebody else and get feedback. And even if it might seem like, dang, you got problems with that dude again, why don't you just leave him? Why you still with him? Why you still, or, if it's the job, why don't you quit? Just find another job. Just, some things it might seem so common to do. Like, is this really an issue? Like, you might feel that way sometimes about people that you are communicating with. But again, it's like you want to say, be there for people. And then it's like, okay, dang, this person always got something going on. You never know. You never know. Like, you just never know. Just for you listening and talking to them and letting them, use your shoulder might be keeping them from doing something to themselves or taking a life. Or, there's people out here who take their life. They take their children's lives. They take their wife's life. Then they take their own life. And it's really important to be here for our friends. Like, really, really important. Even the ones that you be like, doggone it, I don't want to answer this phone call. We just talked last night. I don't feel like talking. You never know, because some people just don't outright say, I'm thinking about doing this to myself. They just, and it's so sad that we can't tell people something like that because of the criticism. They think they're going to be ridiculed. Hey, Miss Naturally Nolans, how you doing, boo? I'm just up here talking about suicide and mental illness and, support, things like that. After in wake of this YouTuber Ty Culture who they said apparently committed suicide. Big YouTuber, well known, well loved, many subscribers, clothing, underwear designer. It seemed like, he had a lot going on for himself, but he battled with depression for some time. He battled with depression. And getting back to Sean Bradley, what he had said on his channel, basically when he was talking about the person who came into Deanna Irvin's chat and said, I'm thinking of committing suicide or killing myself or something. He was like, when you feel that way, don't come on social media. Because a lot of people on social media, we might have subscribers that really, really care about us or really, really like us. And then we might have subscribers that's just tuning in for the tea, tuning in because they're trying to find something to talk about. Everybody who subscribes to you do not like you. You please believe me. Everybody who subscribes to your channel do not like you. They just be trying to keep up with you so they can have something to talk about. And usually it's you if they don't like you. But I was like, yeah, you watched him too. Yes, a lot of people watched him. And Sean Bradley, what he was basically saying, which a lot of people might not agree with, but I do, is that when you are dealing with stuff like that, mental illness, feeling like killing yourself or harming yourself or somebody else, there are support groups out there. There are people, that you can call. There's 1-800 numbers. That every city, every state has support groups. There's churches. Most people have some amount of friends, some amount of family members. If you don't, go reach out to those support groups. If you have to, check yourself into a hospital, because coming on social media and, telling people I want to kill myself, like, really, what can we do to stop you? We can say, don't do it. We can give you the 1-800 national hotline number. We can say, Where's your family? Where's your friends? Where your mom? Where your dad? I mean, but there's really nothing we can do but watch, and listen. And we can pray, but you have to take further measures, further steps if you really, really want to get help. And the reason why I said some people might not agree with what he was saying on his channel, because at one point he did say, if you're going to do it, just going to do it. But if you seriously want help, there are people out there who are willing and patiently willing and waiting to listen and to try to talk you off that cliff, off that edge. So that's just what I would recommend to somebody. If there's anybody watching, anybody that that you think is having, thoughts about things like that, maybe seem like if you don't stay on the phone with that person long enough, they might do something. Get to them, sit and talk to them, listen to them, take them out for a bite to eat, talk to them over a drink, over a meal, offer to take them to church, offer to come over and babysit for them or clean their house, or it's so many things that we can do as friends, as loved ones, to show how much we care. Some people really think there's nobody that really cares for them, no matter how big your family is, how big your circle is. Some people think people really don't understand them, really don't care, what they're going through. And so it might be like, dang, this person is always going through, dang, this person, but you never know. Yes, don't be ashamed to reach out. Like Real Mama said, don't be ashamed to reach out, because, again, I can't imagine doing that and leaving my children here. My mother's in heaven. My father and my stepfather are still alive. Some of my grandparents are still alive. Some of them are in heaven. I have a pretty large family between my step dad and my real dad's family and my mother's side of the family and, god sisters. So I have a large support group. If I need anything right now, a ride, $5, a roll of tissue, somebody to do my hair, somebody to do my nails. I got people who do all kind of stuff, cook, clean. I got a large amount of family members, and fix cars, car dealers, doctors, nurses, so sometimes you have to reach out to these people, and don't be ashamed to reach out and ask for help and ask for assistance, because sitting there and not reaching out to somebody is going to, everything that's attacking you is going to allow it to keep eating and keep attacking at you and, draining you physically, mentally. And sometimes you have to look up to the heavens, from which comes our health and strength, and take it to God. You said you got to go. We'll see you soon. Yes, see you soon, Real Mamas. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Miss Naturally Nolans. Oh, man, mental illness is so real. And I know this is a YouTuber that we're discussing, but this goes for anybody. Anybody. You don't have to be famous. You could be just the boy next door, the girl next door, going through something. But I'm glad that there are a lot of people out here making videos. I'm glad that people are talking about it. Sometimes it takes somebody famous and well known to do stuff like this for everybody to be talking about it, because we hear people killing themselves all the time. Students, like a month ago. Was it a month ago? Yeah, like a month ago, my cousin had posted on her Facebook page that one of her kids' classmates committed suicide. And I was like, what? That was crazy. But it's, sometimes it takes people who are famous and well known, or people who got a lot of followers on Instagram, or, just celebrities. We might not be celebrities like Kanye West, Jay-Z, Beyonce, people like that, but YouTubers in some certain way are celebrities. You might not be world known, but you're well known once you reach a certain status of subscribers and whatnot. So I'm not mad about that. That sometimes it takes things happening to bigger, well-known people for us to talk about it, because I think this is something that we should talk about, and maybe more people will start talking about it, on a smaller scale, at churches, at schools. It's just so sad. It's so sad. You said I was upset when I heard about what happened, and you know what? I wasn't like as big as a follower of his as a lot of other people were. I knew of him. I knew of him. I knew that he battled with depression. I would hear people talking about him, doing commentary on him, but I didn't know him personally. I haven't been following him forever, nothing like that. But from, what people say and how people feel about him, he was really inspiring to a lot of people. And it's sad that you can be so inspiring to so many people, but not to yourself. It's crazy. Let me drain my beans. One second. Okay, beans are drained. You said right. Yeah, it's really sad that you can't see any reason why you should not kill yourself. Like any reason, a particular friend, a particular parent, a particular child, a favorite cousin, some reasons you have to see a reason to not do it. Like these people that's going to be left behind, these people that depend on me, all these people that love me, all these people that you have to see a reason. And that's the thing. People sometimes need help to see a reason why they should live, why they should try to survive. So again, I'm glad that a lot of people are talking about it and making videos about it and posting about it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, So, yes, child, yes. So, let's see. Hold on. Okay. Alrighty. We ready to make the green bean casserole. Let me get my butter. Green bean casserole is so easy to make. For those who might be interested in making it. A lot of people don't like green bean casserole. I love it. I really, really, really love it. But anyway, I had already cut up some onions, some diced onions, and I sliced up some mushrooms. I greased my dish. I have my butter on the stove. 3/4 stick of butter, a cup of onions, diced onions, a half cup of mushrooms. But sometimes with your onions and your mushrooms, you kind of can give and take, because some people don't like a lot of onions. Some people don't like a lot of, it's kind of up to you. But I do a cup of onions. I do a half a cup of mushrooms, or no, actually, I think I got like maybe 3/4 cups of mushrooms and like 3/4 sticks of butter. First, you boil your beans. You saw the beans that I had showed earlier, sliced beans. I use a 12-ounce pack from the freezer section in the store. Boiled it for 10 minutes on the stove in 3 cups of chicken broth first, and then drain the water, drain the broth. Grease pan. After the butter melts, the 3/4 stick of butter melts on the stove, I'm going to put the onions and I'm going to put the mushrooms in there and let that saute. Child. And then I have a can. Where my can? I have a can of cream of mushroom soup. Can you see it? It's a 10.5 ounces. Some of these fresh onions, some shredded cheddar cheese. We're going to put this bad boy together. You said you love onions? Me too. I put onions on everything. Everything. I put onions on everything. I mean, I don't care if I'm baking pork chops, chicken, steaks. I mean, I like to put it in all my foods, my greens, my beans, my dressing, the normal stuff. And then I just like it on my burgers, everything. I love onions. But yeah, especially gravy. Like, I gotta make gravy. I gotta have onions in my gravy and everything. But yeah, so the butter is melting. But yeah, so this week has been really crazy with Pops, Witherspoon passing away, and Thai culture passing away, like one from suicide, one from, I mean, do anybody know what Pops died from? I still have not had a chance to look that up, or I just keep, overlooking and forgetting it because I've been busy working this weekend and, things like that. But does anybody know what exactly John Witherspoon passed from? I'm like, I wonder if it was old age or, I don't want to really guess, and say maybe it was cancer or something. I mean, a lot of people do die from cancer. Oh, somebody calling me. I can't talk right now. Now, that person should be, oh God. Oh, that was Samantha, by the way. Y'all know Samantha. Okay, I'm gonna put my onions, the onions and mushrooms, put them in here into the butter that's melted. Let that saute for a few minutes. And this butter. That shouldn't take long. But that was Samantha, my sister from another mister, who I have not done a video with in a long time. Y'all gonna have to talk to her because I can't never find time. Well, she can't never find time to get on this screen with me. You said no. Oh, Miss Natural Noodles, you said no. I forgot what I said. What you say no? Oh, you talking about John Witherspoon? If anybody knows how he passed. And sometimes they keep it private. It might eventually come out, but with these celebrities, sometimes they keep it private. They don't want everybody to know, what they passed from. And sometimes it does get leaked, but we just gotta wait and see. And it's really not all that important to know why somebody passed away. I was just asking. Seeing if anybody knows, if anybody would happen to know. But yeah, I'm about to put the beans in here and my cheese. Again, mild cheddar cheese. Or you can use cheddar. So let's see, get that ready. My onions. Open that up. These things. Hand and cream and mushroom stuff. Here are the beans. I'll be trying to get out every little scrape. Get it all out. These good old onions and mushrooms smell delightful. Scooped in my pan. But what's on you guys' menu today? You said I use cream of mushroom a lot. Same here. Let me know what y'all got going on today. And I didn't make too many because it's just me and my son who likes this. My oldest son, he doesn't. He does not like this. Actually, I should have probably put it in a smaller pan. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm used to using a bigger pan when I'm making more. Hold on. I got another pan right here. I just need to grease it up real quick. Okay, where's my grease? Okay. We needed a smaller dish. No biggie. No biggie. I have a whole bunch of different size dishes. So we're just going to transfer it over into a smaller dish. Yeah, usually when I make this like on a holiday, especially if I'm taking the meal to somebody's house, I make more to fit in this bigger dish. But, okay. Much better. Okay. And then we got the cheese. You said, I'm tired, went bowling last. Oh, bowling is fun. I can't bowl worth a doggone. I tell you that much. I can't bowl worth a doggone. But I like doing it. A little pepper, a little garlic, a little onion. A little seasoned salt. Can't go wrong with my little Creole. Okay. Now, when it comes to mixing this all up, oh, excuse me. I like to mix in my onions and my cheese, the cream of mushroom, put a little season on there. And then when it's almost done cooking, I like to top it with some more the French onions. Excuse me. Sorry, all these onions and mixtures got me sneezing like crazy. Smooth it out. Kind of smoothing it out, making sure it's even all the way around. So, just to go over this, just in case somebody wants the recipe, I started off with 3 cups of chicken broth in a pot on the stove, like a 12-ounce bag of frozen beans if you want them frozen, or you can use canned beans, whatever you prefer. At least 2 cups of beans, and of course you can double the recipe if you want more from that. But boil that on the stove for 10 minutes, the beans in the chicken broth. Then drain it. Then melt 3/4 stick of butter on the stove. Slice up like a cup of onions. Dice up a cup of onions. Half a cup of cut up mushrooms. Saute the onions and the mushrooms together for a few minutes. And then after you do all that, you want to get your can of cream of mushroom soup, like 10.5 ounces. You want to get the beans. You want to get the cheese, and for the cheese, like a cup of cheese, mild cheddar, shredded, or cheddar, whichever one you prefer. And season it up with your seasons, whatever you like to use, your onion powder, your garlic powder, pepper, salt, Lowry's, just season it up a little bit as you want. And also, what else did we put in here? The French onions. Like put about 2.5 ounces of French onions in there. Mix it all up. Make sure the pan is well greased. Make sure the pan is greased. Mix all that up in there. And you have yourself some green bean casserole. You said, have I watched Power yet? Did the new show come on yet? Because I could have sworn I checked. Hold on, let me check my phone. Because I just checked my my shows that I have recorded. Oh man, did I miss a show, y'all? Oh, don't tell me I missed a show, y'all. Oh, I might have to watch it tonight when I go to work. Oh shoot. Ah, dang. Oh no, it comes on today. Okay, we didn't miss it. We didn't miss it. Miss Naturally New Orleans. We didn't miss it. Because the last review I did was on the show called Scorched Earth, which came on October 27th. Let's see. Hold on, let me check my YouTube up here. What is that? Oh, yes. 1 second. It's on season 6, episode 10 right now. It's called No One Can Stop Me. Hold on. Oh Lord, why can't I find it? Okay, here it is. Okay, yep. So I did season 6, episode 9. I did that one actually on October 28th, Miss Naturally. So I did that one a day after the last show came on. So the new show comes on tonight at 7 p.m. and it's called No One Can Stop Me, season 6, episode 10. So that's the next one. So I did miss it. I was up here like, hold up. I know I did miss it. I know I be doing too much sometimes, y'all. I know I do. But I'm like, please tell me I did not miss this. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to watch it from work today. I'm going to try to watch it. Don't tell nobody. Okay. So anyway, we're going to put this on 350 and the oven is already on 350 because I already have my smothered baked pork chops on one side of the stove on 350. So I'm just going to slide this on the side. And then I hope y'all can hear me. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I grabbed the mouse and I was trying to move it around and I somehow must have exited out the live. But anyway, so we're going to put this in the oven on 350, this green bean casserole, and cook it for like 20 minutes. And then after 20 minutes, take it out. If you want, shred a little bit more cheddar cheese on the top. And I like to not only mix the onions in there before I put in the oven, but after like 20 minutes, I like to put some more cheese on top. And then I like to sprinkle some more onions. These things are so good. So good, so good. You said you have to watch it. I'm gonna try, Miss Natural. I promise you, I'm gonna try. Sometimes I get so busy at work And I usually watch stuff during my downtime when it's slow, but sometimes I get so busy at work, I can barely do anything but work. But I'm gonna try to watch it today. So when I get home tonight, I can review it with you guys. But anyway, let me put this in the oven. Remember, 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, take it out, sprinkle some more cheese on the top if you like, and some more French onions for 10 more minutes. Bake it, and then take it out. And while I'm putting the green bean casserole in there, I might as well check on the chops. Ooh, chop. Hold on, let me pull this out real quick. Stir the juice on the pork chops. Flip the pork chops. I'll just show y'all a little peek of how the pork chops is coming along. You see all that gravy in there. It smells wonderful. Okay, so I'm put the lid back on the pork chops so they can go back in the oven and finish cooking. Just wanted y'all to see what we was working with. So next to the green beans. Woo, child. So, okay, I'm making good time. And then, I'm going to make some rice to go with the green bean casserole and the pork chops. Use the rice from the poached chops. Use that for the gravy. Hey, yes. But anywho, so I'm about to get off of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. You said you stay up till 12 a.m. to watch it. Oh, sometimes I do that too. When I miss the show, I'll stay up and watch the next time it airs. I'm going to get my butt off of here and clean up this kitchen. And then, let's see. I'm making pretty good time. It is 2:34. So I'm making pretty good timing because I have to be at work at 4. And all this food should be done. Well, the meat takes like 45 minutes. The green bean casserole takes about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on if you want to top it with more cheese and more onions after the 20-minute point. So about 30 minutes. So, yeah, I'm doing real good. I have at least an hour before I even have to leave the house. So I'm good. I'm cool. But I hope you guys, thank you, Miss Naturally Lawrence. Thank you. Yes, it looks delicious. It smells delicious. Ooh, and I can't wait till it's done because I'm going to make me a plate and I'm going to take it to the job and they better not ask for none. They better not ask for them. I took them a whole cheesecake the other day, a big old cheesecake, and I'm going to make another one tonight. Somebody asked me to make them a strawberry cheesecake for tomorrow. So I'm gonna make another one for tonight. And then one of the CNAs at the nursing home asked me to make one next Friday for them. So them cheesecakes be hitting, boy. Them homemade cheesecakes ain't no messing with, child. But yeah, so I hope everybody enjoyed the live. I hope everybody took something from the live. Especially when it comes to mental illness and being there for our friends as a support system, because we don't never know when it might be us who might need a support system. You know, when it seems like everything is just going wrong and we just don't know what else to do and our mind is boggled all over the place, it's best to try to get that support system. Reach out to, you know, that hotline, the National Suicide Hotline. Do stuff like that before you get too far pulled into a depressive state of mind. Once you get to that depressive state of mind, sometimes people just aren't strong enough to get out of that. So, yes. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to finish this dinner. I'm going to clean up this kitchen. I got pots and pans everywhere. And get ready so I can head into work after this food is done. You guys, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, a wonderful Sunday evening, and a blessed new week. And hopefully I will come to you guys tonight. If I get a chance to watch Power, I might come back anyway, just to chit chat, you know, about whatever. But remember, this is Nonstop November. It started a few days ago. So November has, if I'm correct, 30 days. Is it 30? Yep. November has 30 days. So you have to do at least 30 videos. Preferably one per day, but if you miss a few days, you just have to make them up and shoot them out on one day. But it's easier to do one a day. It can be a 5-minute video, a 10-minute video, a 30-minute video, you know, whatever you want, talking about whatever you want, whatever your platform is about, or, you know, something in particular, whatever. It doesn't matter as long as you either go live or either upload at least 30 videos this month, at least 30 for Nonstop November. Now, when December comes, December has 31 days. Don't stop December. If you want, you can start early in November while you're making all these November videos. If you got time to make a few additional ones that you don't want to feature until December, it could be some holiday ones. It could be some arrangements that you make specifically for Christmas, some decorating, shopping, Christmas haul, Christmas decoration haul, toy shopping, anything. There's so many things to do in November and December, so many ideas and concepts that you could use for these 2 months at the end of the year to make videos. So not only are you, you know, able to entertain and bring content to your channel, but you're also, you know, piling up that watch time. Piling up that watch time, because in the end, as us YouTubers who have an actual channel, it's all about the watch time. It's all about supporting our subscribers supporting us, and putting out good content. So don't stop. December is coming up next month, but for right now, it's Nonstop November. 30 videos this month. That's your assignment. But until we meet again, Primetime Squad, in the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.